Hello and welcome to task 33. We're going to walk through creating a new solid. So I'm going to get started by opening my classwork folder, and I will choose to create a new document. I'm going to call it task 33. I'll give it my last name. You can do that too. Since it's the second one I'm creating, I'm going to give it a number 2. And let me click create. In my workspace, I'm going to start by drawing on the top plane. So I'm going to choose to make a new sketch. I'm going to click on the top plane, and let me click on the top of the view cube so I'm looking straight down. That's good. Now we're going to use a corner-to-corner rectangle, just like that. We'll start at the origin. Now let's create a rectangle. It is going to be 3.5 inches wide by 2.5 inches tall. And I'm just going to adjust my dimensions here. They should not be inside the figure. That's better, a little bit easier to read. Let me accept my sketch. And it is time to extrude. This project is creating the figure using a subtractive method, which means we're starting with sort of the maximum dimensions of a solid figure, and then we're going to pare it down. So I'm going to extrude our first sketch here. It is going to be 3 inches tall. Let me make this 1 into a 3. And that looks good. I'm going to accept my extrude. So here is our block. Since we're using a subtractive method, we're starting with a solid rectangular prism, and we're going to subtract from it. We're going to remove a corner right now. So let's do another sketch onto the top of the figure. Let me again click on the top of the view cube so I'm looking straight down at it. And I'm going to draw a rectangle in one of the corners, which is where we're going to do a little bit of a remove. So let me get my rectangle tool. I'm going to hook on right onto a corner. Do you see how I get that yellow circle when my cursor gets close to the corner? That is what I want. I'm going to click down on that corner. I'm going to draw a rectangle, and it should be 2.5 inches wide. And it should be 2 inches tall. Great. Once again, I'm just going to make sure my dimensions are in a good place, not inside the figure. And since everything is black, I've defined all of my dimensions. I can accept my sketch. I'm going to look at the isometric view again. And we're going to extrude on our new sketch, and we're going to do did we not select that? There we go. We're going to do a remove because we're subtracting, right? This is the subtractive method. And I want to extrude by 1/2 inch. We're just removing 1/2 inch deep. All right, I can accept that. And we've made it halfway, I'd say. We have to do another sketch now to get down the next step. So I'm going to sketch. I'm going to choose to sketch onto this part of the figure. I'm going to click on the top of the view cube so I'm looking straight down at where I'm sketching. And I need another corner rectangle. We're going to start from the corner again, the lower right corner. And this looks about right. The bottom dimension should be 2 inches. And then top to bottom, from here to here, we're going to go 1.5 inches, 1.5, and I'm pressing enter. Great. Let me adjust my dimensions, like so. Excellent. I'm accepting my sketch. I'm going to the isometric view, and I'm going to extrude right here. I'm going to remove again, and this time I'm removing 1 inch. We're going 1 inch deep, so this is just right. I can accept that, and we are in good shape. The only thing we need to add now is a hole. So let's go ahead and do another sketch onto this face here. I'm going to look at it from the top, and let's add a circle. We're going to choose a center point circle for our sketch. And I'm going to click on where I want the center to be, move my mouse out, and when I pick my mouse up, I have formed my circle. This symbol here, the circle with the slash through it, stands for diameter. So Onshape is prompting us now to enter the diameter of the circle. It should be 1 inch in diameter. So I'm pressing 1, I'm pressing enter, and there we go. I don't think that's such a great place for this dimension. I'm just going to pull it out a little bit. Great. And now the next thing to consider is the position of our circle. So how far is the center of the circle from the bottom of this rectangle? It should actually be 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75. And now, how far should the center of the circle be from the right edge of the rectangle? Let's define that. It should actually be 1 inch from the side. There we go. So now that we have defined the position and the size of the circle, it is black, it's no longer blue. That means we can accept our sketch. And we'll go back to the isometric view, and we're going to extrude with that circle. We're going to do a remove, and it should be the rest of the height of this step here, which is 1.5 inches, 1.5. That should get us all the way through. I'm going to accept, and now if I look down from the top, I can see, yep, this white shows that we're looking directly through. So we have made our figure. The next step is to add your name to it, as always. That means we have one more sketch to do. This time we're going to sketch onto the front of the figure. Let me look at the front. And I'm going to choose the text tool. Make a small rectangle here, and I'm going to write my name. You can write yours. I'll accept it. And since it is blue, I can see I need to add my dimensions. I'm going to click on the left side of the text and the right side of the text and define, I think I want my name to be pretty small. I'm just going to make it 2 inches wide total. And I'm still blue because I haven't defined, even though I've defined the size of my text, I have not defined the position. So I'm clicking on the left side of the rectangle and the left side of the text box, and I'm going to define that to be, I think I'll just do 0.5, half an inch. And how far is my text from the bottom of this rectangle? It'll be another half inch. And now my name is black, no longer blue. That means I can accept my sketch. I'm going to go back to the isometric view, and I'm going to do a little extrude and click on my name. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a remove to etch my name into the figure. I'll choose 0.1, and that should do it. There's my name. When you are submitting your work, would you please turn on dimensions? That means take your first sketch, right click on it, and choose show dimensions. That way we can kind of see where we started. And it's time to take a screenshot of your work and submit it. Good work, everybody.